Like, I'm going to roll a blunt. We can all smoke the blunt.
What's a bowl?
A bowl is like when you have a
pipe.
A pipe.
A pipe or a bong
full.
or something that has a bowl that you have to fill up. And so a bowl is wildly varying. Because a bowl could be anything from like half a thimble all the way up to like 2 cupped hands.
Yeah, here's my dumbass thing. You just had one of those wooden salad bowls.
Yeah, I smoked a bowl of weed last night, dude. Hell yeah.
No, if I were to show you like a pipe right now, the part that you put the weed in is the bowl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's bowl shaped.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It can always be like,
so you want to smoke a bowl, that means let's fill up this pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
You know.
This is the We Teach Will How to Do Drugs podcast. Welcome back to the
so innocuous.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares?
Welcome back to the We Teach Will How to Smoke Weed podcast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
I'm Will.
And Will, we're going to teach you how to smoke weed.
Sweet.
It's been long enough. You're a man now. I'm proud of you.
There's almost nothing to it.
I did literally teach him how to smoke weed out of a bong. Yeah. Back when like CBD started becoming legal, I used to buy a bunch of CBD flower just to get like a slight buzz off of.
Yeah,
I'd smoke like I'd smoke like 2-3 bowls of it in a night or something, and that wouldn't. I mean, that's like plenty to get you like just mildly high.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Will would go out into the carport and just smoke out of a pipe, out of a bong. And
sometimes you'd roll one.
Yeah, I rolled it sometimes, but generally it was.
I don't know why, but yeah, that was my favorite.
What when you liked, for some reason you liked rolling like stuff that was rolled up. I don't know why.
I know people who roll.
I vastly preferred I don't know. Yeah, I vastly prefer it in a cigarette like form than in a pipe.
What about vapes? Do you prefer vapes over that?
Yeah, I'd prefer vapes over pipes, but I still like cigarette over vape.
See,
really?
The biggest reason now, I know people who smoke really skinny little
vape,
like skinny little blunts to themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and watching them do it, I'm like, okay, they're not really wasting a whole lot of weed. But the reason why when I'm alone, I never smoke joints or blunts is for the sheer fact that when I smoke out of pipes and bongs, you know, I light it, take drag, you know, suck in the hit, and you can see from the way the calluses form on my hands that then the next step is I then plug it. I put it out each time because I'm not handing it to somebody else.
I guess. Okay.
You know, so I put it out.
So you just you've got calluses on your hands from snuffing out weed.
Yes.
Repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
That's some of the most
manly shit you ever heard.
I snuff it out every time.
I wonder if you went to prison and people looked at your hands, people were like, nice. Like when somebody's got a really long coke nail.
No, I don't think that's as
I know it's not as common, but I want to believe they'd be like, we got a fucking pothead here. Look at his hands; he's got calluses from putting out the pipe.
But yeah, so I just I put what I want in my pipe. You
make spliffs.
I take a hit,
specifically.
No, you're halfway right. A spliff specifically is a joint or blunt, I believe. I think it's just a joint.
It has to be rolled,
but it does have to be rolled. Yes. Mm-hmm. And that's just where you cut tobacco in with your marijuana. And I do cut tobacco in with my marijuana, but I smoke it
and several other things. But mostly tobacco and marijuana.
And Xanax.
And let's be honest, a little bit of crystal every now and then.
I did get a hold of some wax at one point not too long ago, and I would take a tiny little bit of that and put it in the center of the bowl and let it melt as I was smoking it. And that shit was powerful.
I was going to say, did you get fucking zooted?
I did. I actually didn't like it all that much because I usually puff on, tobacco mixed with marijuana out of a very small bowl in a custom-made bong. That's how I normally do it.
Wax is super strong.
Right. And, I just puff on that for a little bit and then go on about my business. With that shit, though, I was all spacey, forgetting shit.
Yeah.
Stop paying attention to my wife. She was like, what the fuck, man?
That's called doing dabs, Will. We're teaching you how to do marijuana, remember?
Right.
Wax, when you smoke wax, that's dabs.
Well, technically,
what is wax?
Wax is a concentrate where you pull a bunch of the sticky, icky, marijuana-rich substance.
Resin.
Yeah,
it's
kind
resin.
of. It's like resin, but not gross and pre-smoked. Instead, they just scraped all that good, gooey juice right off of the leaves.
Resin is
essentially.
pre-smoked.
Yeah, resin.
They call this resin.
That is not resin.
I mean, it is technically.
Okay, so that is resin, but in the pot world, when you're talking about resin, You're talking about the stuff that builds up in your pipes and bongs and stuff.
The black stuff.
Yeah, it's when
the
you're
black
sad.
stuff.
When you're really sad and you don't have any weed, you start
smoke the resin.
Yeah, you start scraping
and
out
smoke
your
the
pipes.
resin. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, your girlfriend broke up with you, your dealer is dry, and you are going to sit for the next hour and clean all your pipes because you need to get fucked up.
To be completely fair, as soon as I run out of weed, I immediately clean everything and get ready for the next batch.
That's a good way to be.
I puff on the resin for a little bit, and I don't like get in a huge hurry about when I get the next batch in.
Most people don't. Most people don't clean a pipe for 7 years, and then their girlfriend breaks up with them, and they can't get weed, and they're like, "I know what I'll do. I will do what I must."
Mine is like, because I smoke alone, it's kind of like it's a bong, but the bowl and stuff is all pretty skinny and small.
Yeah, you smoke out of a Gatorade bottle.
Yeah,
Specifically, you've had that one homemade Gatorade bong for 10 years.
That is not true.
When you're
The
gonna
Gatorade
upgrade
bottle itself has been replaced 5 or 6 times.
Can I
since
buy
then.
you like an actual bong?
Can
Do
we
you want
buy
me
you
to
a
buy
Powerade? Is it
I've owned
Gatorade
bongs.
specific?
Yeah. Can we get you a Powerade maybe?
No, Powerade or Gatorade, either one is fine.
Does it matter what the bottle shape is?
The texture?
It does actually. It does because I fucked with making bongs out of like all your other normal plastic bottles,
Sure.
like cheap.
Give me your tier list of
tier list,
okay.
please.
bottles.
Top 3.
Okay, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you. First off, I'll tell you. Dishonorable mention is the rock bottom here. Off-brand water bottles are made out of the
yes.
thinnest, crinkliest plastic and will not
Yes.
hold
Okay.
up worth a damn.
Like
It's like smoking out of a
Ozark.
tin with aluminum foil. I've done that. That's like the
Yep.
saddest shit.
Like Ozark's got to be the worst.
Ozark bottles.
Oh no! Nothing
talking
with an
worse
actual name
ones.
brand.
Great
Yeah.
value.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking like the stuff that
Oh,
gets
some great value. bottles.
white
Kinda thick,
label.
though.
The stuff you can actually like crunch into like
Yeah.
a small ball with
Yeah,
one
yeah,
hand.
Yeah, that stuff. Absolute garbage. But no. The top 3 would be, and a distant third is your average soda bottle, because once again, the plastic is just too thin, and the way that they don't generally have wide bases. They have those 4 like thick prongs at the bottom. And they fall over and get knocked over and spill bong juice on stuff easily.
That's
and
true. That is true.
And they're usually tall and narrow. Now, what you want is a Gatorade bottle because second place is like those medium-sized juice bottles, but that's because it's basically a Gatorade bottle.
Oh yeah, like the orange juice ones.
Yeah, stuff
it's
like
got
that.
a flat base.
Yeah.
It's kind of
You want
tall.
that completely flat circular base, and you want that really thick plastic that Gatorade and Powerade use. And what you do is, there's a whole process to it. You take a standard pen casing, you take everything out of it to where it's just a big plastic tube.
I didn't expect this to actually end up being Eric teaches you how to do weed.
DIY.
Patrick, speed all that up by like 16%.
Please do.
Yeah,
But
speed
yeah,
that
no,
up 16 times.
How much microplastics do you think you've smoked?
Seriously. Like, why not use glass? Like, why?
Well, you have to shape the glass.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had to blow his own glass.
Not
why
quite
why
as
not
pliable.
buy an actual
Yeah, why not buy an actual
You know,
pipe?
you can go next to Walmart at the smoke shop and just buy a bong,
Yeah, I know.
Like, wouldn't that
They
be
don't work the same.
healthier though?
huh?
They don't work the same.
How do they not work the same?
I can control the exact bowl size amount, and I can clean every single piece of mine without it breaking.
So we need to get you like a combat bong, like where you can just take that bitch apart like it's an AR model.
Yeah.
Clean every single
He needs
piece.
a,
You know,
he needs a medular bong.
Yeah,
The way that mine's
modular
set up, I
metal
could
bong.
probably like make some sort of like better design out of it, like make it have
I
singular
just worry
pieces
that you're
instead
gonna
of
smoke
workshop
too much
materials.
plastic.
Yeah, he's definitely smoking too much plastic.
Why
I
do
mean,
you think I'm smoking plastic?
Well, first of all,
everything's made out of plastic in your model. Everything.
No,
everything's
no.
made out of plastic.
All of the
and
heat-
that you're not only burning, shaping, and pushing holes through, creating microplastics within all the stuff that you're using. Then you light it on fire again, turning it, putting it in the vapor that you're smoking.
But that's the trick. The heat is actually separated from
Whoa,
the
whoa,
plastic.
I'm sorry. Did you not hear the micro part?
Yeah, I think I agree with Will on
Well,
this.
fuck,
I
if
think
you
that
want to get away from microplastics, I mean, you're gonna have to stop drinking out of any and all plastic bottles.
Yeah, I'm working
all
on
that
it.
kind of
God
shit.
damn.
Sure. I
I don't
understand.
think it's
I
a
understand what you're
significantly
saying.
higher percentage.
I'm just saying. I'm just worried that maybe you smoke too much microplastic.
I think this is really
added
just
on top of the water bottles that you already drink.
this is just
Says
an
the person with a
intervention, Eric.
vape in their hand.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's fair.
This is an intervention, Eric.
This is an intervention.
We're trying
to upgrade you from the
You're not-
Gatorade bottle.
Yeah, we're
You're
trying
not trying to stop me from drinking or smoking. You're trying to stop me from inhaling microplastics.
We
Thanks
don't
for
care.
caring, guys.
We care.
Yeah. We just want to get you a normal bong made out of metal that you can just clean, like, stainless steel, just something nice.
Here's the clincher. I own those.
Yeah, well, okay.
I actually have those. I just don't use them.
You just use the Gatorade bottle instead?
Yes, that's correct.
Why?
I already explained why.
I guess. It just sounds so much worse. It just sounds so much worse.
Well, it's his life, I guess.
Glass
guess.
bongs break. Metal bongs have some of the same problems as the,
What was that silicone bong that you had?
Yeah, I had the silicone bong.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I took it in that pic. I used it in the Metal Gear Solid video.
Yeah, I've got one of those. It scares the shit out of me.
Why? Because it's microplastic?
It's all microplastic.
It's silicone. It's just it feels like it's made out of soft rubber, and I'm just like, I don't like this.
It is.
Like, I don't like this. I need the thing I'm holding to be hard and in my hands,
Yeah.
It's just unsatisfying, and it feels like it's already melting because it's soft.
This is something your wife says all the time. You're just quoting her at this point.
The future is here, old man.
What's on the list of topics, Will? We've been talking about bongs for like 10 minutes.
Did you guys see the new Apple goggles?
Yes.
The smart glasses, the AR glasses?
Yes. Did we talk about this already?
No.
Okay.
They look stupid. They look like ski goggles.
I saw some guy using Google Maps on them to walk around the city, and it was literally just Google Maps in front of his face. Like, it was just...
they look like ski... Like, who's going to wear them?
I know who's gonna wear that? Like, that'll be a dead technology in like a year.
Yes.
People are gonna be embarrassed.
I've already looked it up for you,
there.
audience. I've already done the work. Look at I think it's called X-Real AR smart glasses. If you want something like somewhat way closer to like a fashionable smart glass technology,
Patrick, put them up on the screen. There you go.
But something else I wanted to mention on top of the Apple thing is, so sometimes when you work on something, the company will give you like the product for free because you worked on it, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
Well, Apple did something very similar to their employees.
Okay.
They gave them a framed picture of an outline of the goggles.
Okay.
With a message on the bottom that said, quote, thank you for helping the world say hello to the Apple logo Vision Pro.
That sounds like a YouTube 1 million subscribers thing,
Yes.
except for it's not made out of gold.
And it's just an outline of the goggles. So like obviously people are disappointed.
Yeah.
And are just like asking, why not give us the Vision Pro? You're $1 trillion company.
Sure, they could. Maybe they don't.
Instead, we're going to give you pictures of it so that you can think about it.
Maybe they knew they wouldn't want it.
To be fair, I suppose there are some bootlickers.
Yeah.
Who are like, I like it, thanks.
I mean, I would appreciate that, but I would kind of be like weirded out and be like, okay, but why didn't you just give me the thing?
Why not give them your $1 trillion
I'd just
company?
rather had a bonus than this like
Yeah,
bullshit.
or a bonus.
Yeah.
Or like a guaranteed pension or something.
I guarantee you the people who worked on that thing are getting a bonus anyways, though. It's a $1 trillion company.
Anything of actual value instead of this.
They could sell them on the internet now that they're a
framed
meme.
outline.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh
Then
yeah,
it's
that'd
not
be
a
nice.
bad idea.
Yeah. Just
Maybe they
immediately
can
sell
recoup their losses.
them. What were their losses?
Their dignity.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe you could recoup your losses of your dignity.
Can you recruit lost dignity in dollar amounts?
I can.
If prostitutes are anything to go off of, then yes, I think that's their whole business model.
Speaking of shitty corporations,
Yes,
did we talk about the Funimation thing last time?
No, I don't think so.
You saw that Funimation is shutting down.
I saw they were laying off employees. They're
No,
shutting
they are
down.
shutting the doors.
Really?
They are shuttering the windows. And on top of that, anyone who has purchased any Blu-ray digital things from them, they're deleting it. It's not, unless you somehow download that,
Yeah, they're
gone
they're
forever.
taking down their streaming service.
Yeah.
Are they? So is Funimation going completely out of business?
Everything that they can is going to Crunchyroll.
Oh, so they got bought.
Oh,
They're selling their garage selling.
Crunchyroll and
selling all their
Funimation
assets.
already merged.
Okay.
But like then I don't know any of the super details about it. For whatever reason, they were separate, still like separate like entities.
Yeah.
Funimation failed.
Well, Funimation was a streaming service, and Crunchyroll was a streaming service.
Either way,
Crunchyroll bought them.
your stuff that you got on Funimation is going to be gone.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I mean, that goes back to the Ubisoft guy saying, you shouldn't.
And Sony's
expect to
doing
own
like the
anything.
similar stuff with the PlayStation, store.
Yeah,
Scary.
They're deleting digital media that they had.
If Steam went down, I'd lose all those Total War games I spend countless hours on.
It's fine. You could just say.
Hey, I just say
at some point it has to be within their right to buy another company and then like buy them out basically and be like, okay, your products, we're shutting you down.
But it should not be their right to like take that away from the consumers who've already paid them money.
Well, they did sign the end user license agreement.
I don't think most of those are enforceable anyways. And
They're probably not.
And even if they are, and that's the way we live, then I say just remember everybody, it's your moral obligation to go to the bay and yo-ho it up.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of...
Yo-ho.
In some ways, I do agree that there is a moral obligation to piracy.
At this point, it is a protest.
It's the only way to save certain video games.
Yeah, it's
It
the
is
only way to save a
archival,
lot
yes,
of things.
absolutely.
Piracy is the only way to archive certain video games at this point due to the fucking way that companies are treating them.
Due to the fact that corporals do not give a shit about culture.
Funimation was a dubbing company, though. I wonder if they're just going to not dub anything anymore.
We are watching our nerd history being erased right in front of our eyes.
The Funimation app is shutting down.
The studio's not.
No. Funimation is shutting down and taking your digital... Yeah, the anime streaming service is shutting down.
Either way, you're losing things that you paid for.
Yeah, but I mean, I would be actually upset if Funimation as a dubbing company would... I mean, they dubbed Dragon Ball Z. Christopher Sabat.
All I can think of is Funimation, Toy Animation,
Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release. But Funimation is, Funimation is an institution that makes sense to get bought by a larger company like Crunchyroll based on their cultural significance.
Is it wild to you that Crunchyroll got bigger than Funimation and bought them?
No, because Crunchyroll was the first people on the market doing anime streaming and asking for money for it.
They Netflixed their Blockbuster, man.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought
Blockbuster.
Crunchyroll started as a pirate streaming site and then got legit.
Kinda.
Kind
I
of.
remember you could watch it for free on it, but it was more like because there weren't any strict internet-based laws on it.
Yeah, you can still watch stuff for free on it as long as you're okay with ads.
Kinda. I mean, like...
You can watch Naruto and Boruto.
Yeah, you can watch older anime.
Stuff
Well,
they own
for
the
example,
rights to.
Demon Slayer, you have to have a membership.
Yes. Stuff that's important, you have to have a membership. Stuff that they own the rights to that is like culturally significant, where they're like, we could get people into anime.
Older
with this.
anime.
Yeah. And even then, like more important older anime that's not stuff that will get people addicted to that sweet anime titty. That's the stuff they're not letting go for free.
So, like, would you let them watch Bleach for free?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That's sweet
like
anime
Bleach.
titty money.
Yeah,
Okay.
like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece.
Stuff that's wildly long that people can get addicted to the concept
So
of.
then you
But
would
if they want to watch
charge for
Fooly
Cowboy
Cooly,
Bebop?
yeah, you charge for Cowboy Bebop, Fooly Cooly, Full Metal Alchemist, anything under 100 episodes, charge for that shit. And that's what they want. That's the whole business model, really.
Is Full Metal Alchemist technically under 100 episodes?
Yeah,
Since
it's
they're
52.
the two separate versions
They
of
let
it.
you
They're
watch.
both over 50
Actually,
episodes.
I don't know, because I watched Full Metal, all of that on Watch Cartoon, so I have no idea if they charge for Full Metal.
Watch Cartoon
The original,
Online,
they probably
me too.
don't. Brotherhood, they probably make you pay for because that's
Yeah, I
a newer
bet.
thing. Yeah.
The superior version.
Yeah.
For real, though.
I after
Not that
watching
the first
both of
one's
them
bad.
now.
Unlike Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate, like the first Full Metal Alchemist, also good. I would say it's a 7.5 to Brotherhood's 8.5.
Oh, yeah.
It's not an objectively like. Whereas Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate, it's like a 5.5 versus fucking 9.
I rewatched Brotherhood recently, and I was disappointed in the quality of it.
Really?
I was, yeah. Which is weird because I love Full Metal Alchemist. I have a Full Metal
I
Alchemist
don't think
tattoo.
Brotherhood gets good until Mustang kills Lust, basically.
I liked
So,
it from
like,
start to finish.
episode 15, something like that.
Or maybe when the dad dies.
That's like
Okay,
the
that's like
end.
episode 8 or something.
Yeah, like I
No, he
think
means Maze.
I think up till
Maze
Oh.
Hughes.
I think up till then it's just kind of it's just pretty good.
Yeah, they're following the manga, and I feel like that's really where the manga hit its stride too.
Well, are you
In-
comparing that to the first series?
No, I don't think he is.
I'm
He's
just comparing it as a story.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
yeah.
saying like,
You-
as
you
a story, I don't think it
start
gets that.
slow.
Yeah, I don't think it gets that interesting until Maze dies.
They have to establish a lot of stuff at the beginning of that
It's
show.
true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I rewatching Brotherhood. I was disappointed in its quality, but I also was disappointed mostly in its tone. Its
Really?
tone is inconsistent as absolute hell. You'd get in like a very serious like conversation about sacrificing an entire country worth of human beings or children's lives or something.
Mhm.
And then there'd be like a funny anime character who basically comes on the screen and says something like goofy thing and farts. It's
think-
really weird.
I don't feel like that happened very often in there.
Yeah,
Like, it would-
rewatch it. It's so often. I didn't remember it either. And I was like, wow, this is something else. I did not remember this kabuki ass shit where they're just undermining their serious moments.
Mm,
That's something the old one didn't have. And that's where I think the old one shines. The
Yeah.
old one's very serious.
That's why I wanted to make the note that, like, you know, I like Brotherhood better, but I'm not going to sit here and say. Honestly, I think that the best way to watch it is to completely watch the 0204 version and then watch Brotherhood because you're going to get some of the same shit for the first like 15, 20 episodes, but it's going to be just different enough to where you're just like, wait, what? And then it's going to start veering violently off into a different direction with only a couple of plot points still maintained.
Yeah.
And it's like getting to watch the whole series all over again,
Yeah.
you know, and
Let's get off of this. We're going to talk about Full Metal Alchemist for the next like 45 minutes. I can talk about Full Metal Alchemist forever. What
Oh,
else
yeah.
is on the topics list?
fantastic anime. Watch both of them. If you absolutely can't watch only one of them, then I guess watch Brotherhood. But I would suggest watching the whole first series, Conquerors of Shambhala, and then Brotherhood.
I don't know. At this point, I don't know how much. It really depends on how old you are.
And
think.
what your tolerance is for anime like that.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna watch the Avatar live action thing on Netflix?
No.
I will. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I'm going to watch it.
Did you see what the audience they said they were targeting?
No. What is it? Please tell me it's young girls or something. Like, tell me it's something stupid.
Young black
The-
trans
yeah,
people.
young black trans people.
They said they were targeting the Game of Thrones audience.
The fucking what?
Yeah, how could it be worse, right? Like, and all I have to say is keep the fucking siblings away from each other.
Yeah, how
Keep
the
all
fuck-
siblings away from each other if that's the audience we're targeting.
How exactly do they plan to go? How do they extrapolate at
No,
all?
they were just like, this is the audience we're targeting. And they were like, and then everyone else that mentioned it was like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, for
Are
sure.
you saying you're going to make it much more violent and sexual? Like, are
Or
people
just
gonna-
political intrigue.
Are
like-
people going to use way too many modern curse
hope-
words and
I hope when
completely
they
take me out
first-
of the moment with it all the time?
Yeah, I hope when they first show Fire Lord Ozon, it's like that scene in Game of Thrones where Drago's just fucking the shit out of what's her name?
Yeah, it's just him fucking his
Yeah.
wife.
No, it's not even
Yeah.
his wife, just some concubine because
Yeah,
his
just
wife's
some
dead,
random
right?
lady. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's not dead. We find out at the end of Avatar. Apparently, she's not dead.
No,
Not
you have
dead?
to read a book.
Yeah.
What a
You have
bitch.
to read a book.
What a bitch. She
Yeah,
ran
she's-
away
she's
from
in,
her,
like,
from
prison
her
or-
son and daughter.
Nah, she's in like
No, he,
prison
like,
or something.
banished
Oh,
her or
okay,
something.
okay. I
Yeah.
take it back. I take it
She was
back.
actually gay the whole time, and she's proudly trans now.
Mhm.
And that was what the whole book was about.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
That's where all of Avatar was leading.
Yes, that's what the whole thing was
Did you
about.
not catch that theme?
Yeah, Aang
No,
in his
not at
previous
all.
lives, his not
Yeah.
knowing who he is
Yeah,
inside.
Well, Aang is gender
Yeah.
fluid.
Yeah.
I
Avatar
mean-
generally is.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't. If they do it good, I'll be surprised. If they do that and then it's passable, I'll be surprised. I feel like
Yeah.
when they say that, what they mean is we're going for the Witcher audience more than the Game of Thrones audience.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Well, Witcher did just lose its audience, so it's
Sure.
a good time to pick them back up, I guess.
Game of Thrones is just not anywhere near comparable to Avatar in any way.
Other than that they are in like
Other
medieval
than unless they're
fantasy
trying to say they're
worlds.
going to have adult themes, but Avatar already does.
Also, they said they're going to make Sokka less of a sexist.
Yeah.
So how are you going to work that into a show where you're comparing it to a guy getting his balls chopped off and then fed to dogs?
So
or
why?
that scene where like I don't know, like
Did you watch Game of Thrones? Or are you
No.
about to just be like, okay, yeah.
no.
Okay.
Also,
I remember clips though. I've seen clips of it.
Have you seen the guy get his dick cut off and fed to dogs?
No, but I did see the mountain fucking crush a guy's skull, and that was badass.
Where are we gonna get that in Avatar?
Oh, what
That's
if like
I wanna
a
see.
like the boulder fucking like
The
he's
boulder,
picking up
brother.
rocks and like chucking them into the audience? We just see blood go everywhere.
He actually kills the blind girl. That's everybody thinks she's gonna be one of the party members, and then he just fucking
Very
murders
realistic.
her. Yeah, she's just screaming and begging for her life, and he just crushes her head. And he just goes, "The boulder, brother."
I just honestly feel like Avatar's not like old enough and the original product isn't like janky enough to bother having any kind of
Yeah,
recreation.
we already have the Shyamalan film.
Yeah, of
no,
course.
no,
That was the
that's-
perfected version.
That's not what I
Exactly.
meant.
The weird part is like people who grew up with Avatar are now like 35. You know, it's. And then I think people look back on it and be like, wow, that was such a seriously cool show with cool adult themes, but like it still was very held back by being a children's show.
Well, of course, yes.
And
But
if you watch it as an adult, you're kind of like,
yeah,
okay.
but it was more meant to show children Eastern ideas, right?
No, it was
Eastern ideas.
Yeah,
It had
Eastern
plenty of Eastern
philosophy.
ideas,
Yeah,
yes.
it was a show chock full of like Buddhist, Taoism themes.
It's one of those young adult shows where it's just like it's for teenagers, preteens, and young adults. Where it's just
Yeah,
like it's transitional.
I'm not going to deny
Like,
there.
Yeah, it's about transition.
I'm not going to deny there are certain story elements that I think it being not like a strict kids show would benefit it. But I also think that it being a kid show is also very there's more pros than the cons.
There's
How
war
many-
and loss and violence, but much like the Ren Stimpy thing we were talking about in the last thing, being held in by that box is good for it in certain degrees.
Yeah, because I mean, how many How
we're
many
about to
gay
see-
people? How
Yeah.
many gay people are you going to think is going to be in it? I think it will be immersion breaking levels of gay people.
I don't know.
I really do. I think it'll be like, I would put a
Every
number on it and
third
be like,
person.
yeah, it'll be like 6 gay people that are main characters. You're like, Jesus Christ, the chances.
Jet is now gay.
Jet from Cowboy Bebop.
No, he's from the show.
Spike.
Jet Jaguar
Yeah.
from Godzilla.
No.
Jet Li. I remember him. Yeah, he's gay now. Trans, you say? Okay.
No, Jet was the terrorist character. Do you not remember?
He's like the Robin Hood guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I barely
with the twin
remember
hook
Avatar.
swords?
Yes.
Yeah, twin hook swords boy.
Oh yeah,
He'll definitely be gay. It'll be him. I will be
but
surprised.
doesn't he have to like flirt with Katara or something?
She'll be a boy. She'll be a trans man.
Oh right,
Yeah,
right.
we have
and
to-
then he'll be pissed off when he finds
he'll
out she has a
flirt with
vagina.
he'll flirt with
Yeah, of
Sokka
course.
now.
Yeah, he'll flirt with Sokka now. He's got to be less misogynistic. Now he's just gay.
So then-
Went way
So we
too
can just
hard
make
on it.
Sokka gay, and then we'll just have the Moon Prince later instead of the Moon
Yes,
Princess.
of course.
No. Instead of sexist, he's homophobic.
Okay. He's gay and he hates gay people.
Oh, like a
he's got-
self-hating
he's in the-
Jew.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
in the
got the
closet.
arc. He's got an arc where he falls in love with Jet.
Republicans.
Yes.
Yeah,
or
trying to-
Republican senators.
Yeah, trying to reconcile being a human and also being a Republican
And being a monster.
You
It's
know.
yeah.
It's difficult. I understand.
Did you guys see that the Senate is calling to like kick out Mitch McConnell?
I mean, he's ill.
I mean,
he's old.
I think
he's
it's
so
been
old.
very
but-
clear that, like, out of all the people in the room, there might
But they're
be
not calling it because of that. They're calling it because they're mad that he worked out that immigration bill with the foreign aid spending, but then they said they'd go with it, and then they turned around and said, no, we hate this, and also Mitch McConnell, you gotta get out of here.
I mean, at some point they realize he's the weakest one in the room. I mean,
at
Well,
some point
I
they're-
think that's the opposite. Actually, I think they realize he's the most political savvy person in the Senate.
I think
yeah, but
they're
he's
gonna-
also dying.
They're
That's
also
true.
going to realize pretty soon that he's actually a Kappa. a turtle monster on 2 feet.
True.
Is
so
he
true.
secretly a Kappa this
He
whole
is
time?
Bowser.
I mean, secretly, have you seen a picture of him?
I've seen that
secret's
video
not
of him just
great.
staring off into space, having a fucking
Yeah,
stroke.
be careful with the cable on the back of your
Oh,
microphone. You're bending that shit against the table.
Sorry, that's
Okay.
that's him casting his mystical Japanese spells to try and.
I just figure he forgot to he forgot to turn the telepathy off.
I mean, his favorite thing is to drown schoolgirls, but it's generally under different contexts than what the Kappa usually.
I'd be careful. He's gonna get you for slander.
Hey, watch
We
it.
were already
You
at
know that-
January 6th. Come at me, McConnell. Me and Will were there. We were going to take your ass down.
We were in your office.
Took a shit in your desk drawer.
Someone's
That's
gonna
right,
show
it was
up at our
us.
door, just like, excuse me, we need to talk to you about
That's
about
a
where
great
you were on the
example of
6th.
something that's like hilarious, where it's just like, I would love to go into the White House and like shit in Nancy Pelosi's desk drawer, but
Nancy
the minute
Pelosi
I
doesn't
see a
have
bunch of
desk
like
at the
crazy
White House,
people,
you goddamn.
well, it's like the minute I see a bunch of crazy people like actually going into like the Congress buildings and whatnot, I'm just like, oh man.
Yeah, you don't feel at home anymore. You feel like you're.
sucks. Like,
Yeah.
damn it. Like, okay, I guess we're just gonna act like animals now, and
I
it
know.
doesn't matter anymore.
And then Judge Eric can put them down.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Oh.
they're traitors to the state.
Speaking,
I mean, like,
speaking
you
of
know,
last episode
I
with
wouldn't
Judge
have
Eric,
Yes.
Yeah.
Judge Eric, I have a case for you.
Okay, let me.
Patrick, play the music.
Let me help you. Let me help you find the correct way to judge this case.
All right, let me find in my notes here.
It will involve violence.
I gotta get this together.
He's opening. Patrick, put in the sound of him opening his manila folder and flipping through his documents.
It's this,
There
this
it
one.
is.
Ah, there it
Yep,
is.
yep.
There it is. Here we
That's
are.
a good one.
All right. You saw that the Michigan school shooter mom is being charged with manslaughter for both criminal neglect of her son's mental health and criminal negligence of, having access to the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Judge Eric, we found her guilty.
Mhm.
What is the sentence?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Judge Eric?
Do you think
that
this
she-
is appropriate?
Yeah. Do you think that she should get manslaughter charges for her son killing people? And
Should
then
she
a
go to the
charge-
camps?
Yeah. Should she go to the camp? Should we put her down? How do you rule, Judge Eric? I know it's one way or the other with you, so I'm just gonna flatly ask. Might as well just have 2 check boxes. You know what? You put a thumbs up for putting her down. You give me a thumbs down for
No,
going to
don't
the
do-
camps
don't-
like Caesar.
Oh wait, you're just gonna put like an emoji?
Yeah, just hold your thumb out like this, and then there you go. Yeah. We can't actually do that bit, Eric. It's a bit of it's too
visual.
it's
It's
too
a visual
visual.
bit.
Yeah.
To the camp.
To the
To
camp
the
she
camps
goes.
with her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You have failed as a mother. You have failed as a citizen. Your rampant irresponsibility, neglect, and abuse has literally resulted in the creation of another monster that we now have to deal with.
Judge Eric, you'll like this. Not only was she found guilty, before they actually arrested her and brought her to court, she fled with her husband and ran from the cops and then lived in an abandoned building for a week. Can you believe that? She was skirting the law and trying to keep herself out of your eyes. He's raising his thumb again.
Ooh.
Should we put her down, Judge Eric? He's just slowly raising his thumb. I mean, in one way, she said that I was reading about it, and they were like,
Kill
the reason-
her and the husband.
Yeah, he's got his court case coming up. She was already found guilty, but her husband's
Do you
coming
think
up.
he'll get a worse sentence?
Yes, I think so.
Which parent do you think bears the more responsibility?
Probably the
equally.
father. He was probably. I mean, the father bought the gun for the son.
Okay.
How old was the son? What are we talking?
14, I think. Yeah,
14.
Yeah, he bought him a gun.
Okay, that's
Not
around
like
the
a-
time you would.
Not a 22. Like, he didn't buy him like, let's teach you to shoot. He bought him like a dangerous firearm. He's like, it's all yours. You have it all day, 24/7.
That's so fucked up too. Because even when like my dad, shot me, taught me how to shoot with a BB gun.
Your dad shot you?
Yeah, they shot me
My
straight in
God.
the chest. And it's how we all learned how to shoot guns.
Be
that
sure
way.
to hold the yellow pages in front of you.
Look, yeah, yeah. Look down the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he shot me out.
He
He
shot me out
showed
in
me
the
how to
arm.
shoot a BB gun.
And said, "You live
and
through
even
this,
then,
you can have your
he
own
put
gun,
a lock
boy."
on the trigger when he first got like by 22.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, that's just, I mean, Eric, you own a lot of firearms. We all own a lot of firearms. It's come for us, Steep State. We were in Mitch McConnell's office, but
we've hidden all of the firearms in his ass.
You'll have to go there with a warrant.
Now I hear he just opens that up for anybody, but it's already pretty loose. But yeah, I mean, that's just bad gun ownership. It's irresponsible parenting. I mean, it's not neglect, but it's definitely a criminal negligence.
When it comes to like legal ownership, I think when you're 16, you're allowed to own a long gun.
Yeah, a long rifle. I think that's only Mississippi too.
In Mississippi,
yeah,
you can own a long gun that's a shotgun or a rifle.
Yes.
And then when you're 21, you can own handguns and everything else.
I think this was a handgun. I'm pretty sure what he had. I think he gave him a 1911 or something.
Oh yeah, Lord. I'm not sure what gun it was.
I don't remember what gun it was. But
a 14-year-old doesn't need a 1911.
Exactly. Like
a 14-year-old doesn't need a gun. Like unless they're going to competitive shooting competitions, even then, I would say I would rather the competitive shooting competition provide the guns. No, I don't see any scenario other than like a hunting season where a teenager needs a gun.
My experience with giving people who are not of the legal age to own a gun guns is one, at the shooting range, just to let them shoot them, you know, and then you're supervising them the entire time.
Yeah.
Two,
to shoot minorities.
You know, you take your kids, your grandkids, or your nephews hunting, obviously.
Yes.
And then, you know, even if they are, you know, your son or your grandson or granddaughter or whatever, you can buy them a gun when, like, a hunting rifle or something when they're like 9, 10.
Lock it up.
Something like that. Yeah,
just lock it up.
They don't get to keep it in their fucking bedroom.
Yeah, this kid
like,
had
that
this
stays
gun
with
all
grandpa.
the time.
Like, for my wife, like, she went hunting with her papa when she was like 9 or so. And, you know, he got her like a little like the shorter, like youth like sized rifles.
Yeah.
And like a just big enough
I'm
caliber
gonna look it
to
up.
drop deer.
What gun did he have?
And like, so it's like, yeah, that's fine. But when they went back home from hunting, she went back to her mom's house and Papa went back home with both guns.
Right.
You know, like he didn't leave her with the fucking hunting rifle. That's silly. Why would you do that?
And like, you know,
like I didn't get to carry, like I was gifted a .22 rifle when I was 16 and it stayed at my dad's house until I was 18. And then when I was 18, legally old enough to like have it and own it and like carry it around with me, I went to it
was a 9mm Sig Pro.
Okay.
He bought him a 9mm. Like,
Dad has a good taste in guns.
Dad does have, okay, first off, Dad's got great taste in guns. That's a good gun.
Sig.
It's I mean it's
No,
reliable.
come on. Sig, you're telling me
basic.
6 mil?
I think I've been hearing some stuff about SIGs lately, about them, the safeties on them being fucked or something like that. Maybe it was someone else, but I think I saw like a...
But he was 15 when he fatally shot 3 classmates and injuring at least 8 other people using a handgun his father purchased for him 4 days earlier on Black Friday.
4 days earlier.
Yeah.
Got a deal on it.
He got a great deal. It was a 15 round magazine. And he had 7 in the pocket when authorities apprehended him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. See, this kid was not ready for gun ownership.
Hell, he wasn't ready for society.
I was going to say, he didn't sound like he was ready for life.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like he should have, like... That's the kid that we don't take out onto the range. There was some family members not too long ago where... like my dad was bringing some other extended family members and there were multiple brothers and sisters and one of them got left behind.
Yeah.
I was going to say that was the older one.
I was going to say
we took some of the younger one to the range with us and left the older one because we were just like, no, sorry.
The idea of buying a 14-year-old a gun, I mean, the first thought in my mind is not that they're going to shoot somebody else, but that they would shoot themselves. I mean, that's a wildly common occurrence, and children, especially around that age, attempting suicide, way too common. You give them the actual means to do it in a snap of a fingers.
Yeah.
I mean, the chances of your child committing suicide the first time they get just depressed enough to play around with a gun and practice killing themselves skyrockets.
You should see these like YouTube shorts about.
Patrick, don't let me be the bum bearer of bad news. But
You're
that
definitely
already,
a bum bearer. You know what I'm saying?
that already happens all the time. Turns out that ready access to guns drives the likelihood that you'll commit suicide way up.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it makes sense.
It's easier.
Yeah, it's way easier. One of my best friends when I was a kid killed himself in his front yard, shot himself in the chest with a shotgun, took himself out like fucking Kurt Cobain. And like he laid there
with a shotgun.
He laid there bleeding to death, and the ambulance got there, and they were putting him in the back of the ambulance, and he said, "Mom, I'm having trouble breathing," and then he just died.
That's very depressing.
Yeah, imagine the amount of time that it took for an ambulance to get there. He survived that whole time after shooting himself in the with a shotgun in the chest.
Okay,
why not the fucking head?
Yeah, people choose the dumbest ways to like try and kill themselves.
It's not ergonomical at all.
Yeah, it's not ergonomical. We've been over this. The ergonomical ways to kill yourself are, what are they?
Just easily and like maybe above. What's above? Oh, 45 to the head.
45 to the head. That's a good one.
Oh, you got to double down. That's the smartest way you do it.
You can't shoot yourself twice in the head.
No,
Eric.
sir. No.
You set up a Rube Goldberg machine to where it shoots two guns.
You practice like laying down and like
you put a marble on a machine and it's just going down.
Bro, hear me out.
Just hanging there.
What?
You've got two hands, right?
And
you've got no.
One in each hand. One in each hand.
Let me cook. You've
Double
got two
barrel.
hands.
I get it.
You get in the bathtub, fill it all the way up.
Okay.
Slash one wrist.
Talk to the microphone.
Slash one wrist, and then you slash your
painful.
left wrist, and then you blow your brains out with your right hand. Then your body is going to slump into the water, and you will be bleeding out, drowning, and brain injured all at the same time. You're not getting out of that.
That's fine. Don't slice
You
your
triple
wrist.
up.
That hurts.
Why not toaster oven?
As that might hurt a lot. But or if you want to be a little simpler and stay away from the bleeding to death part and the drowning part,
you'll be a little
what you
bitch
do
about it.
I'm a little bitch
is you
in
get
my
up on
suicide.
like a
I don't
three-story.
mean to hurt.
Wee little baby with
I don't want my
The whole point is to stop the pain.
Yeah, I don't want my suicide to hurt. Why would I want my suicide to hurt? I don't understand that.
Suicide isn't a masochism thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to be done.
I saw like a 9-month-old today at the gas station. He looked at me.
And he said, "I'm gonna do it today." I've had enough.
He put a
I've
gun
seen what
barrel
this
to his
world
mouth and
has
he
to
like
offer.
click.
He did do this. He looked at me and he went, "I'm sad," and then did this down his face. "I'm sad. I'm sad." And I was like, what the fuck is going on? His mom came and scooped him up and was like, "I'm so sorry." And I was like, it's all right, dude. And I was like, there he goes. There's a little suicide attempt waiting to happen.
If you want it a little quicker and simpler without, because you're a pussy and you don't want to cut yourself.
Yeah.
Once again, yes, high caliber handgun,
Little Suicide Attempt's a good rapper name.
And you stand on the edge of a 3-story or taller building, and then you just lean over and blow your brains out as you tip over the side.
It's a classic. That's a classic.
You gotta double down though.
I mean, if you want to go for it, also hang yourself from it with like a loose rope. And then eventually,
You'll
again,
come.
pain.
eventually, you'll come. You'll be having a great time.
You will have a priapism after a minute. But
exactly.
No, that's
You ever done that?
hung myself until death and then come with a priapism.
yes, Eric. Yeah, you ever?
I mean, on the weekends occasionally.
You're blowing your brains out.
I want to go back to the two guns to the head situation.
That's a pretty good one.
And I want to imagine
that would be too hard to like time though. Because
imagine the autopsy and like they cut open your brain and they get the bullets out and it's like two
They're right
perfectly
into each
flat,
other.
perfectly in the center.
two perfectly flat bullets.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure I can. Devil May Cry that shit like that.
So
no.
have you never done like choking while jacking up? What is that, autoerotic asphyxiation?
I have not.
Have you not?
But I think I did figure out part of it on accident.
How?
Simple. What is the point of autoerotic asphyxiation? What are you trying to do? What
To not breathe?
Yes.
Okay.
To not breathe.
Oh.
Right.
I thought the point was
so
to
he
get
got no
off.
the
Like-
autoerotic part is the sexual part, but the asphyxiation is like the part that everyone's concentrating
I
on.
thought
here.
that
So-
was the journey to get
So-
to the end.
well, no, you still have to like jack it and stuff. But
That's why it's autoerotic. It's got you get in a car, you going on a little trip.
No, I come to find out, literally. I was like, oh, I think I get it, because I was like hardcore like smoking weed and tobacco mix, and I was like, they're like holding it as long as I could and jerking it and like
Real goon hours.
and I was just like, oh wait, I'm hitting the tip of that iceberg right now.
Yeah,
I'm hitting
yeah.
that's what I'm actually doing.
Oh, you're hitting
I'm-
the tip of something, all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like I was like, oh, that's what that is. I was like, oh, I guess I can see how someone might start to go that way.
What about you, Will? You ever autoerotic asphyxiation?
Not with like a belt or anything.
What-
So
okay, like me, you're gonna have to explain.
explain.
I mean, like I've like choked myself.
How?
That's a little bit hard, isn't it?
It
Choke
is. It doesn't
yourself
feel
with
that
your own
great.
hand,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
you
with
just
your own
choked
hand.
yourself
Yeah.
while you were choking the other self.
Yeah,
Yeah, choking his big self while he choked his little self.
exactly.
Choke Big
I
Will
choked the
while I
chicken
choke-
while I choked myself.
Yeah.
Put your hand below each
And
head.
yeah, it's not
and
very
grip.
comfortable. I think you definitely need other either.
Yeah, you need two
You
hands.
need a belt?
You need two hands
Yeah, you
doing
either
it.
need to go to the belt method, which I'm not comfortable with,
Yeah.
or you need to
You need to get an
you need to
actual
get-
rope.
You need to get somebody comfortable with your fetish.
That's true.
Yeah.
You could hang an actual noose too. I mean, why go with belt when you could just get a little bit
When
of
you
rope
could
from
just
blows?
kill yourself.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
The suicide is
Surely they make like a
painless.
breakaway autoerotic asphyxiation.
I'm sure if we went to
thing.
like that store in Columbus,
AdamandEve.com, our
Yeah.
sponsors for today's podcast
I
episode
w- I
on
wish.
I wonder
AdamandEve.com.
if they would.
Welcome
We're
back.
bad. We're more bad dragon than AdamandEve.com.
You think so?
I think.
I don't know. It really depends if they sell an autoerotic asphyxiation
Wait,
breakaway
can we
device.
ask Adam and Eve to sponsor us? They'll sponsor anybody,
Is
right?
that how that works? I think they could reach out to us, don't they?
No, you have to reach out to sponsors.
Are you sure?
Yes,
We've been over
Sure.
this. Last time we talked about this, we said we had no idea because we've never been sponsored by
like
them.
100%.
I've been sponsored by people on the other channel, and they reached out to me, but it was never somebody I wanted to be sponsored
Adam
by.
and Eve sponsor us.
Yeah, I'll give me the autoerotic asphyxiation breakaway thing. I'll jack
I'll
off.
try it
yeah,
out.
I'll
Bad
try it out.
Dragon,
I'll let Will
Adam
and
and
Reed
Eve.
film it.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah. You guys can work together if you want. You want to sponsor us together? Give me
Yeah,
like a
give us
like
a furry breakaway room.
give me the horse one. Give me like the big
Yeah.
horse one, and then
That
like
big
the
old horse
breakaway thing.
cock. Big
Yeah,
old silicone
I
horse
once
cock.
saw a Pornhub video of like a lady fucking one of these giant horse cocks they sell in Bad Dragon.
Mhm.
and
God damn, she could take a fucking horse cock.
yeah, it's great. I love
Yeah.
those videos.
That was I was like, how is your intestines surviving right now?
They don't. That's the tricky part. They don't.
She shortly died after
Yeah,
that
yeah.
video.
It's the elasticity of the anus is something to behold.
Wild.
Truly.
You got to really get in there slowly
Hey.
to get the intestines to uncoil as it goes through.
I
Or
got a
else you'll
good
just punch
idea,
through
actually.
them.
You had a good idea.
Yeah, I had a great idea.
Okay.
I don't believe it.
So
No, I'm
you guys know the Chick-fil-A
Yeah,
eat,
they hate gays.
eat less beef, eat more chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I hate gays.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Could you take that idea? Could you franchise out to India, swap the Christianity bin with a Hindi bin, and sell fucking gangbusters of Chick-fil-A?
Ooh, India Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, because they're like the Brahmin is the most sacred animal, right?
Of course.
So
course.
eat less beef, eat more chicken.
Okay. Do they eat chicken though?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Okay, they eat a
They
lot of
do.
chicken. Okay.
So yeah, I think
Hello, my friend. Welcome to the holiest restaurant in all of India.
I
Yeah,
think part of the thing is you can't eat any like animal with like a cleft hoof or something like that. Like,
Left hoof.
yeah,
what's
like
that?
that two toes instead of like a horse has one big toenail,
That's Hindi?
whereas a a cow has like a cleft hoof with like two
Yeah,
like things
So like
on
a
it.
deer,
like,
you can't eat a deer. Doesn't a deer have a cleft hoof?
I believe so.
yeah, couldn't eat deer.
But
Yeah,
deer's
so deer's a
delicious. What
no.
the fuck are they
Not
thinking
eat
over
any
there?
What the
venison.
fuck are cows?
What the fuck are those poos over there thinking? What the
What's a-
fuck?
what's a
Deers are
poo?
delicious.
Apu? You
Yeah,
mean apu?
poos. You never heard that?
What? No.
That's an Indian thing. You call it's because they poo in lieu. They poo on the beach.
I thought you were referring
Oh.
to the Simpsons character Apu.
I thought you were trying to say the Chinese.
Why?
If you want to be racist, you call them Hajis, but I digress.
Because the leader over there right now, one of the propaganda things is he's like Winnie the Pooh. Because he's yellow, because he's Chinese and we're racist.
That's Xi Jinping.
Yeah, Xi Jinping.
Yeah, Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping.
I don't exactly remember why they started calling him Winnie the Pooh, but
Because
I
he
remember
looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Because he looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah?
Yeah. His face is like the same shape. Winnie the Pooh.
Hold on.
Really?
Yeah. You've never seen Xi Jinping?
Yeah, I've seen him. I just don't get
quick.
that from him.
He's got like the big cheeks. He's got the wide like chin, big cheeks. I mean, he's just got all the fucked up shit that Winnie the Pooh has.
Oh, okay.
He's got the tiny penis.
I love Winnie the Pooh.
the big fat tits. He's got everything. Everybody loves Winnie the Pooh. Who hates Winnie the Pooh, dude?
I don't know. Winnie the Pooh is my favorite character of the 1,000 Acre Woods.
Definitely not mine. I think mine might be Owl.
100 Acre Woods?
100 Acre Woods. Mine might be Owl, or maybe Gopher. Gopher, dude. Gopher's a hard son of a bitch. He'd be it's 5 o'clock and all swell.
I don't remember Gopher, to be honest.
That's all he does.
I don't feel like he was part of the main cast.
He whistles his S's.
Oh yeah, if you got him smiling,
Yeah.
if you could catch him
I
smiling,
gave him one of them
somewhere.
side-by-side pics there. Hold up.
I mean, he just looks like Winnie the Pooh.
He's just got a little bit of a...
I do know like the Hong Kong protesters had, down with Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, it's like illegal over there to have Winnie the Pooh merch now.
Yep.
Which is fucked because, I mean, like, who cares what your leader looks like and if he looks like a cartoon bear?
Yeah, they don't like criticizing the government, even when it's silly shit.
Yeah, I mean, he's like Winnie the
Well,
Pooh's
again,
the nicest
I would
character.
like to point out to dig at you for a previous conversation the audience will have no idea about. That's the problem with autocrats.
Yeah, well, bad autocrats make bad government, for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
Bad autocrats make
And
bad
it
government.
happens so often.
It does. But
Unfortunately, we don't have too many philosopher kings.
no. I think it's called
okay,
ethical dictatorship. There's like a wiki on like
ethical dictatorship is great until it's not anymore.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's like, okay, so we just have to put our trust in one human to stay good the whole time.
Or we shoot them. Basically.
I think I saw where it said it the best, where it's like any consolidation of power is bad.
I would say that one of my favorite quote in all the world is from Julius Caesar, and is the abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. Basically meaning you should never be happy that you were in power over something.
And then after enslaving 1/3 and killing off another third of the Gauls, he said, I came, I saw, I conquered.
I thought that was when he went to Africa.
Caesar? No, that was the Gauls.
Oh. Could have sworn it was the African expedition where he fell off a boat and had said, I came, I saw, I conquered. But
Wiki.
Tell us in the comments, viewers, who's right, who's
I have
wrong.
no clue. It's Shakespeare, as far as I know. I just know the Shakespeare play.
Actual history. Not,
Yeah. I mean, I know the gay history. I know like stage play, gay history.
Stage play, the gay part.
Exactly. If it was codified by Shakespeare,
the gays were involved.
Yeah, pretty much, definitely. I mean,
the gay agenda.
Shakespeare was
That's how
gay,
they get
right?
you.
Wasn't Shakespeare gay?
Probably.
He had a wife and kids, but
Did he?
He's probably gay.
Okay, yeah.
Just like everybody else who was in theater back then.
Yeah.
I mean, he was.
Takes one to know one, Eric.
He was gay at work, but he was straight at home and at church.
Yeah. He was civilly straight, but fiscally gay.
It wasn't something you wrote down or publicized at the time, I think.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Yeah.
William Shakespeare comes to you and he's like, he's coming on to you. Like, and you know who he is. He's William Shakespeare.
Seems like we've already been in the bedroom for a while. He came to me. He came on me. Damn.
Do you go to bed with William Shakespeare?
Is he like all like Forsooth, you are the East, and Juliet is the sun, and all that shit?
We'll say,
or is he talking like a normal human being? Is he talking like one of his plays? Because if he is, well, there are.
Yeah, let's say like he throws one of his more famous lines at you.
I think I would be creeped out and be like, I think this is like a crazy person who's just had a little bit too much.
Forsooth, your eyes, they do hither.
God damn!
They move?
God damn, that's the best line of the night. Forsooth
I mean, I
your
guess
eyes,
when I
they
look
do-
at different
they
things,
doth hither.
they do doth hither. And thither, in fact.
Yeah. Oh, that's the show, folks. Your eyes doth hither.
And let
And
them
thither.
doth hitter over the like button. Thanks for watching.
Doth those hands go hither and thither across thou like
Yeah,
and
like how I-
subscribe
like how I keep
buttons.
sneaking in now.
We really ran out of steam on the second episode. We really ran.
Did we?
We just slow course like railroad tracks straight
I
down.
thought it was
Yeah,
okay.
I just really want to get back home and play more Warhammer 2.
I thought it was okay.
I finally got Lord Mazumundi
I thought
up
we
to
had-
like level 13. I'm starting to get into the spells and stuff. I got to try Ceratops with a laser cannon on its back, man. I need to get back home.
This has been the AnythingCast. I'm Patrick,
I'm Eric.
I'm Will.
and we'll see you guys next week.
Remember
Love
to
you
eat
guys.
chaos.